So what can I do if I'm in the corner? Oh, 3 hits, I can get spin here, and then I can do, what can I do after spin? So if I spin, what do I do after spin? If I have spin level 1, what can I do? I can do, wait, that's that, I can do 2C 5D, I can just do 5B 2C. It just depends on what seal you have and when you can use them and such. So like orb, if you have orb, you do it in the corner. You can't really do it mid-screen unless you do
This is
a
a little
very
annoying.
specific route in which it lets you combo after orb mid-screen like this. But in most cases, you're gonna do orb in the corner, you're gonna do sword in the corner, you're gonna do God press. Not really useful in combos, but yeah, that's basically the whole shtick about combos. You just learn the BNBs, and then when you get them down, then you learn routing. So it's like, what can I do after 2C5D in the corner? What can I combo into? Can I get 5B? Can I do special? What special can I do? So on and so forth. But yeah, so to start off, we're gonna go with defense. So wait, first we're gonna talk about the character in general. So Susan is a mid-range slash rushdown character. You want to keep spacing with this character with 5B, JA, and JC, JB, and such. Keep your space. Try to get as close to the opponent as possible without getting into their range. Since you have most of your normals are bigger than most other characters, then you could just bully people into the corner and then start your pressure there. There's also Rushdown, which is mostly just trying to get in as fast as possible to get your important seals like DP or Grand Viper. So you try to dash in with your dash, try to dash moment, stop, pause, super jump barrier, if I can get it. There we go. Yeah, IDJC, the fan favorite. And 5B and such. So what you want to do is just try to get as many seals as possible. The more seals you have, the more damage you'll do, and the better neutral you'll have. So if I have, so my neutral is much different if I have a level 2 spin, because now I can cover very high up and I can delay my air normals. So if they're trying to get to me, I can do this. I can bait an anti-air with 2 and 4B. That pauses me a slight bit. This is all important stuff. So you want to get as many seals as possible for Susan. So it's very snowbally. So now I'm going to talk about defense. So Susan's defense is not so good. He's very tall, so he can get fuzzied very easily. There's some characters that can fuzzy you that they can't on characters like Ragnar or something. Like I think S can fuzzy you. Izanami, I don't know if she can fuzzy everyone. I think S can fuzzy you. I know some characters can duck under S, JC, but Susan cannot do that, so you have to deal with that. Another issue is you don't have a dash. You don't really have a good dash to get out of the corner. So if, let's say, Ragnar's doing like IDJC, you can't just dash under him to avoid it, which a lot of other characters can just dash under. So if I do like this, Ragnar can just do this under me. I can't really because my controller broke, so I can't really do record and stuff. But 1 second, I'll just show it off. So if he does, let's say this, I gotta change the button settings. 1 second. So like what you would want to do is this, but you can't really do this in block stun. Oops, sorry, 1 second. You can't really do this in block stun. You can like match, so if you're like blocking, you can't like dash unless you're like Ragnar who can just dash out of pressure. I'm just gonna change back real quick. Another thing is he relies solely on system mechanics at most times. So all he really has is, all he has to deal with is like barrier. He has to barrier people out. He has to jump, fuzzy jump out. He has to CA and such. His CA is very good, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. So like the one good thing is his CA is incredibly strong. Very good CA. It hits a lot. It's not like Terumi's CA where you can duck it. So if they're mashing 2As, then it will just whiff completely and he gets a full punish. So this is a very good CA. His mash options are pretty bad because 2A is 7 frames, so it's a bit too slow compared to other characters. Like Ragna has a 5A. Ragna's 5A is 5 frames. And I think his 2A is 7 frames?
6.
I'm not sure. But he has better mashes in general. Which is an issue versus specific characters like Naoto. And I think another character, but I can't really think. Maybe Bang as well. But there's some issue characters which you would want the 6 frame normal for. He does have a 6 framer, which is Orb, but this is kind of a gamble since you have to mash C. So you gotta hope that. So if you're gonna do this, you're gonna be holding barrier so you don't get a button, and then when you let go of barrier, you're gonna get Orb. So you just mash C while you're holding barrier, and then when you let go of block, you'll get Orb. So that's your 6 frame mash. It's not really the best. If you're trying to cancel it, it's kind of bad because you cancel with OD macro. But yeah, he does have a reversal super. Both of his supers have invuln. So even Sword Super has invuln, and normal super has invuln. He has a DP, which is the second stock, which is invulnerable. The issue is that Ragna can just jump over this because the hitbox is mostly horizontal. So like DP can hit like here, but it's not really good vertically. And it has a lot of actives, so they might fall into it. That happens sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty slow. It's like 12 frames, I think, compared to Ragna's, which I think is like 9 frames. I think it's 9 frames, which is much faster. And I think Ragnar can bait it with 2A, can like hit stop OS it with 2A. But yeah, his defense is not the best. I think his best normals are 2A because 2A goes really far compared to other characters' 2As. And it's his fastest button. He can also just push you out and try to 5B you out of pressure. But mostly in defense, you want to be looking at what does your opponent want to, what is he trying to do? What is he scared of, right? If he's looking for DP, how does he play when you have DP? Is he looking at your seals? Like, if you're fighting him and he's just doing stagger pressure and overheads all the time, like how do I explain this? Okay, let's say you don't have any seals. Does he do his pressure? Is the pressure the exact same as when you have DP? If it's the exact same, he's probably not looking at your seals, which is a good thing. That means you can DP him more confidently, and maybe he'll even beat DP when you don't even have DP unlocked. This doesn't happen most of the time, so I wouldn't gun on that, but that's a thing to think about depending on your opponent. What else? For defense or match, fuzzy jump, so back low and block in specific times. But yeah, just try to see what your opponent's doing and try to push them out as much as possible. You have to be really good at defense with this character because he's really big and such. So get ready to block a lot. For offense, he's pretty good in offense. He has a lot of plus frames with 6B and 5A. Let me just set the block. He has a lot of plus frames with 5A. You could just click 5A multiple times. The only time they can actually punish this is if they're IBing 5A. If they IB 5A, then it could punish you, but you can also just Gatling into 5B. Oops. So you really want to get 2A, 5A like this, try to get 5A, dash, jump, and such like that. This is one sequence that you can go for. Don't always do this. Do others, because this loses to barrier. So if this guy's barriering, you can't really do stuff like this. One sec. Barrier. If he's doing stuff like this, you get pushed out, and then you gotta dash in more, making them able to just mash on you. So because you have to dash in, and every time you dash in, you're vulnerable to a mash of some sort. Let me just check if there's any, because I can't see if there's any chat. Oh, happy day. Okay, it's a very happy day. Anyways, his other pressure sequence is the classic 5B, 6B. You usually do this when they're trying to IB you out. So let's say you start off with 2A, 5A pressure. See, they get pushed out. So when this happens, you want a 5B, 6B. And since you're still plus after barrier, you can just dash in and such. You can also adjust this. So of course, don't just do 5A, 5B because they'll push you out eventually. So try to switch it up with like a delayed 3C or try to do 5B, 5B because they're worried about 6B. So you can just click 5B. If they're not mashing you, you could just do 5B over and over. And then at the end, when you're getting pushed out, you can 5C back in and then you can just dash in. For mix, you have Kara Throw, which is either 5B grab. One sec. See how I move slightly forward? There's a Kara Throw. You could do this with clicking 5C and then immediately grabbing. Let me put the, what is it called? What is it called? This thing, display input. See how I'm clicking 5C first, like a millisecond before. Like right before. You can do this with 5B too. As long as you're moving forward, you can see that you're doing it. This is why you do like 2A, 5A, and then you can Kara. If you don't Kara here, you can't grab them. If you Kara here, you can grab them. That's the point of it. Of course, if they're barriering and IBBing, you can't really do this. You need to dash in. So if they're like, I can't really do this on barrier or something. If they're like IBing, I can't catch them. I have to do like 3 to actually get to them. So I have to do like 1 hit, or like 1 hit into delay Gatling. His other mix-up is stuff like 6C. So this is a very slow overhead, but you can go into a pseudo 50-50, I would say. So you can do 6C, 6D, which is a double overhead, which the second overhead is actually on hits on frame 20. It's 20 frames, I mean, not hits on frame. Well, I guess it hits on frame 20, but it's 20 frames instead of the 24 frames that if you hit a late. So the stomp part, the second part, is the late hitbox, which is a bit more plus, but it's slower, of course, because he has to go all the way down, and this is like much faster. But doing 6C has enough block stun in which they cannot, their character will not stand. Even if they're blocking low, their hitbox will still be standing. What else? 2D's 16 frames, and I think you can also do Grand Viper after. So like 6C Grand Viper is good to beat people who are trying to fuzzy block on 6C 6D or 6C 2D. So you can just do 6C 2. The issue with 6C 6D is if they IB 6C, that means they're able to block low afterwards. How do I show this properly? I'll just set this to Susan. One sec. I'll show you the mix. Okay, so I'm gonna record again. I'm just gonna do. I'll go again. Now I'm blocking low. You can tell in the thing. So I'm gonna block high and then block low. It forces me to block the. It forces the hit to be 20 frames because if I could block low, so if I IB this, oh I didn't IB it, then IB it, I'm bad. See, I can duck, and I get hit by the later frame. So that's like what you do if you were fighting Susan. This is what you should be thinking about. If you can IB60, of course, you could just mash him out of it, right? It's very slow, so you could see it and then just mash him out of it. You could also do gimmicky stuff like 6C, 6D, JA for another fuzzy if you wanted to. You could do, I'm not sure, I guess. Grand Viper into mix. Grand Viper you can mix into grab. You can mix into overhead. You can mix into dover overhead. You can mix into fuzzy. Oops, 1 second. Oh, I delayed too late. You can go into another fuzzy or something like that. You can do random stuff like that. What else does he have? He has delayed strings. So his pressures, I would say, when you're too bad, when you want to catch people on inputs, like you see their IBBing all the time, you want to catch them trying to IB your strings. So if you see them IBing 6B a lot, which they should be doing IBB or IB on 6B, if they're doing this, then that's good for them. They should be doing it because then you could frame trap with either free C or 5D. Don't delay 5D or else you can get mashed on. So just click it immediately. It's a natural frame trap. 3C is not a natural frame trap, so you have to delay it. But it's still good because you get a combo after on counter hits. So if I take out blocking, you can combo after this on counter hit. So yeah, what else? Yeah, delayed strings. So if you see them IBing 6B, you could delay strings like, let's say I usually do this with kick or spin. So if I have kick, you could delay strings like that. Like see, I delay 2 and 4B, so it's very awkward for the other person to block. Okay, so I'm trying to do it in between the second hit. Yeah, like people are usually trying to block the second hit. Okay, I'm messing it up. It's kind of tough to get it, but it's like there's a little gap where it moves forward like that. You move slightly forward and you can really mess with people's IB timings. Just try to delay your strings as much as possible. 5A, 5A, 5A. And such. You can also do this with CT. See how the second hit's coming out, but then you just cancel into CT? That usually messes with people trying to IB, even IBB when they're burying. So that's an important thing to notice. What else? So mainly you want to be thinking about what the opponent's trying to do. So what is he doing? Is he IBing? Is he IBBing? Is he not doing any of those things? What you should do. So if they're normal blocking you, just do 2A, 5A, stagger pressure. If they're not mashing on you, do frame traps. If they're not mashing and just sitting there chilling, you could just do 2A, 5A stagger. Try to get them to mash or try to throw them if they're not doing anything. If they're trying to escape, what do you do? So let's say this guy is trying to jump away. Say he's in the corner. Usually people jump in the corner. Let's say he's jumping in the corner. You're like doing your pressure and then he jumps out. So what you want to do in this situation is either 2CM. 1 second, let me get the barrier. So he doesn't get counter hit. Okay. So let's say he's there, he's gonna barrier like this. He's trying to try to fuzzy jump. How do you catch fuzzy jump? So in this situation, you could 2C here, which is fine. The issue is that he could like double jump and then 2C whiffs, and then you're kind of screwed. So what you should be doing is reacting to his jump and then JAing, and then you can staircase him out. And then he goes back on the floor and you can do whatever after that. Stuff like that. Try to get him back into the ground. Try to get him back. If he's trying to get out of the corner, IDJA back. And try to force him in the corner as much as possible. And that should be good. Oh, do you have a special answer? So depending on if some characters have special tech to get out of situations while blocking. So let's say they are Mai or something. Mai has backflip. What do I do versus backflip, right? So my backflip, I can like 5A OS, so you could do 5A, 5B, and if 5B whiffs, you jump, and this would be a good OS versus Mai, because if she backflips, you jump, and you're fine. Or just block. 5A is fast enough, so you can just block after a backflip. Other characters like Lambda has 2-2D. If you do the OS versus Lambda, you'll just jump out and be completely fine. And you can even punish him if you're fast enough on the reaction. But if you're fighting a character and they're doing a special answer that no other character has, make sure to lab what exactly you can do in that situation. Are they DPing all the time? Can you just block that DP? What can they do after that TP? Stuff like that. Just check the chat. Okay. But yeah, just check the chat. I think that's it for offense. I'm not sure what else for offense. I guess there's like things like that or such stuff. And if you want to make every time on Oki, you want to be doing safe jumps. So, I didn't even talk about Oki. Okay, let me talk about Oki real quick.
Someone asked, did you say you had
So
another
for Oki, most situations, you will be getting this knockdown because you'll get... So in Oki, you want to do 5A because this is safe to DP. You can bait DPs with 5A. Meterless DP, so every meterless DP you can bait with, you basically, you hold back and then you just click 5A, 5B. Very fast. So if you do 5A, 5B when it's gonna whiff, when 5A, 5B is gonna whiff, you just do 5A. See how 5B doesn't come out? But if he blocks 5B, it's gonna hit. This happens on the whiff. This happens on block too, just in case you're making sure. And if I'm mid-screen, it doesn't happen. So that's the whole shtick. If he does DP, if Susan does DP on Wake Up, and you do 5A whiff, if 5A whiffs, because he's doing an invincible move, 5A will whiff, and then you'll just block, because 5B won't come out, unless they're blocking it. And since they're not blocking it, you'll just get 5A blocking. You could also OS with backdash. So like 5A, 5B backdash, and then you'll only get backdash if 5A whiffs, right? Which only works on backdash and DP and super and such. Did you say he had an arrow Kara throw? He has 2 Karas. He has 5B grab or 5C grab. So he has 5A, 2A, 5A, and then B grab, or you could do C grab. They're both very similar. I actually don't know the difference between the two. They're both kind of do the same thing. I just do C version because I'm comfortable with that. Just do whatever you're comfortable with and what seems more consistent. But yeah, this is two. For neutral 2, he has specific things like if you don't know how to ID, learn how to ID. It's important for every character except for Tigger. So learn how to IDs, make sure your movement's on par. Dash jump, make sure you get your dashes on. Like if you dash momentum, super jump, you go really, really far. You could also do some cool stuff like if you dash and then back jump, you actually keep momentum if you go forward after. So if I do back jump here, it's like you're doing a neutral jump. One sec. No, I messed it up. One sec. So if you go back, it's like I'm doing a neutral jump, right? This looks like a neutral jump, like this. But it's actually not. It is a back jump. I'm trying to move backwards. So if I still carry the momentum of my dash. So if I go back forward, I go very far forward. So like if I just do super jump back and then forward, it's like a little hop forward. But if I get dash momentum, then I move much more forward. It's a little niche thing, but it's good to know. Also during neutral, you're going to be 5Aing, 5Bing a lot. So you can have dash barriers. So there is a dash break for Susan. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this. So For Susan, if you normally dash and block and barrier, you slide a bit. See how you slide? Slide. You could do this. This is fine. But sometimes if you want to bait someone, like let's say you knock them away. Let's just imagine there's no ID. Imagine you're not gonna do ID mix here for the safe jump. You just do this. Wait 1 second. You could dash big and then you're close to them. But what if you don't want to go that close but bait out a normal? So this is where the other tech is. So this one is you do grab and barrier at the same time. If you have a macro, this works perfect. I'm not sure without macros, but just BC and barrier, and you actually stop. You stop in your tracks. There's no slide. And I use this multiple times when I do this, and then just stop and bait a DP. So you won't. If you slide, you might block. You might like hit the DP barely. But if you pause like this, you might just bait out a move, and it won't hit you entirely. Some little movement tricks like this could win you games. If you bait someone out of, like it's like, oh no, I'm not in your range. Oh, you might think I'm in your range, but I'm not because I changed the momentum. Okay. Here. Other than that. So yeah, this is neutral. So you wanna, depending on the matchup, you would either wanna rush down, depending on, usually if it's a bad matchup, you wanna rush down. Try to get in and hit them as much as possible. Try to get in as fast as possible. If it is a good matchup, you can really just go for spacing. So if I'm fighting Bullet or Makoto, I'll just do this. JA, cover space, dash in if I want. 5A, 5B a lot, 5A, 5B. Dash momentum, stuff like this. Try to, if you see in neutral that he's going for like 2Cs and such, or whatever, they're anti-airs, like after you jump like this, they're going for anti-airs, you could just do this and then dash up to hit them. If you don't see them doing it, you can get them by surprise by doing dash momentum, stuff like this. Normal, this is like normal character, like Ragna does this. I think Jin does this too. It's like the most mid-range, like all mid-rangers do this type of neutral. Also, for certain matchups, you want to get seals. So what seals are the most important, I would say, is DP is incredibly important for most matchups, except for like new, and I would say new and 9. DP is not that useful, in my opinion. It's still kind of useful versus 9, but it's not that important. You would much rather have sword for both of those matchups. So you gotta identify what seals you want to get. So usually you would want to get Grand Viper, and then try to get, if you need DP, get DP as fast as possible. So like versus S or Carl, or like very bad matchups, try to get DP as fast as possible, because you're probably gonna start blocking. So when you block, you have an option. And just having DP available, even if you don't use it, is deterrent. So they might go for a lot of baits, so they might hard bait. So like if I let's say they have a DP and I'm scared to get DP, so I'm gonna do like this and then like block. So like I'm gonna do 6B. People usually DP after 6B, so sometimes I just wait and see what they do. And in that situation, you could actually just counter mash, because punish them for baiting your DP, right? Stuff like that. So if you have DP, it could stop people from doing their pressure. Not all the time, but it's still useful to have it. Other things. So other seals, I would say. What seals could help me in neutral? So 2 and 4B is good in neutral because it pauses my air momentum. So if you think someone's gonna 2C you, like Susan has 2C. So if you think someone's gonna 2C you or something, or do an anti-air, you could just delay and maybe change your momentum such. You can also OD or something, but that's a bit too resource intensive. So let's say you're versus like Kagura and he's holding out BFAF in neutral. You could just IED and OD through the BFAF. This is a bit expensive, and you got to be 100% sure they're actually going to do BFAF. But you have options. So you can just delay, tune for B, go for a side swap, stuff like this. Or you could do OD to bait and enter. How low is Susan's 236 Biggie Hype Box? It's pretty low. I think you're very low on 236B. You're as low as like 2D. The issue with 236B is that it has a bit too much startup. So you're not going to be low immediately. You're not going to be ducking immediately. You're still kind of high up. So with 2D, you're actually lower faster, and with 236B, you're lower much later when the actual hits start coming out. So 2D, you're already low to the ground. You're gonna be this low, but 236B, he like stands up for like a split second. Right. So like before he starts, he like revs it up. So like he starts off standing a bit, and then he goes down to do the actual movement. So that standing up at the start means that you can't really low profile with 236B. But you can easier with 2D. Also, this is a character specific thing. But for characters like Nine or Jin, I think also Hakumen too. So Jin... Oh, one second. I gotta do this stuff again. So stuff like this, with the JC. One sec. This usually hits you, but it doesn't hit you if you're ducking. So this is a spacing tool. Usually you're blocking, you're dashing up, trying to do stuff. This is going to do JC, you block and such, but you can actually duck this. And if you want to punish this, you could just 2D and such. One second. You could do 2D and such. And actually punish the movement entirely. Also buttons like Ragna 5B, you can actually go slightly under them with 2D. It's a pretty good option versus low profs. Also, 9 JB is the same. So if 9 is doing JB like at this range, let's say it would actually hit me in this range. If he's doing it at this range, you can actually just 2D them. Well, wherever 2D range hits, and it hits pretty far. It hits slightly farther than 3C. 3C does the same sort of thing, but if you whiff 3C, then you kind of just die because the whiff is very long compared to 2D where it's much shorter than 3C. If you whiff it, of course. If it gets blocked, 3C is better than 2D, 100%.
Someone literally just asked that in stream as you like answered it.
Can't really think of much after that. Anyone have any questions on what I said so far, or is everything all a-okay? You aren't talking unsafe. If you were talking this entire time, I didn't hear you. You have been? Oh, that's bad. Has anyone else heard unsafe?
My stream chat probably hears me, but like I think you haven't.
Lol, no. Oh, no. That sucks. Do you have any questions on safe? Or... Oh, he left. Oh, he's in the audience. I think I invited you. Should be able to join. So, If nobody has anything, I can switch to. Wait, do I have to accept you or something, or you good?
All right. Can you hear me now? Okay.
You were talking before when you start, like when you started the stream. I heard you, but now I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
not.
change your microphone settings in Discord.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Adroth?
Okay. If everything's cool, I could swap to. If nobody has any questions, I can swap to actual footage and I can analyze it. There are on Twitch.
May I ask who is breathing into the mic? That's Susanoo.
There are on Twitch. I'm not sure what that's like microphone settings on Twitch.
No, like
Or do you mean you can hear? Oh no. Oh, there's questions on Twitch. I can go check.
no.
I don't have Twitch, so I don't know what they're saying. Oh, why are you muted? You're not even muted. It just doesn't work. Okay, one sec. I'll check the Twitch.
All right.
Was it unsafe? Unsafe? I'll just go to mine.
I'm gonna leave and rejoin the
Unsafe
entire thing
on
to see if
hit.
this, like, if he can hear me afterwards.
Oh, I can hear you on Twitch. That's
Oh,
weird.
you can hear me on Twitch, but you can't hear me on Discord. That's very funny.
Yeah, I cannot hear you on. Okay, so now I'm just listening to Twitch.
That is there a delay or anything, or is it fine?
It sounds fine.
Okay, because I remember somebody
There's
asking
like a
something
slight
about.
delay.
Okay, I remember somebody asking something about 3C with the low profile, but I think you answered it like as they asked it,
Yeah. Oh,
and
okay. Yeah. So 3C, you can go under. So, one second. I'll switch to 9 because it's an Asian example. I gotta go to button settings. I think that's good. Okay, that should be good.
I'll also turn my mic down because I might be breathing into the mic too heavily.
This, do I block this? Okay. So usually 9s are doing this. And you can't do anything besides 2D or 3C here. So if I do 3C here, it works perfectly fine. If I do 2D, it works too. Like an anti-air. You can do like fuzzies like that too. Was that the question? Yeah, I think that's the question.
Yeah, that should
Yeah.
answer the question actually.
Okay.
If anybody else has something, please speak up now.
Either way. I'm just gonna check if there's any other question. Oh yeah, people in the lecture hall, if you want to hear unsafe, then you gotta go on Twitch.
I don't know why it's like this. It's like you heard me earlier, so I don't know why now it's a
I
very
heard you for like 2 seconds. I don't know if you were on your phone.
I think it was because I was on my phone and then switched here. I mean, I can leave and rejoin and see if that like helps.
Well, you did that, and it
But
seemed Did not really do
No,
anything.
I went to the audience. I didn't like completely leave the call. So like
Uh,
I can like completely leave the call and then like come back. Hold on.
1 second. I'm gonna test this.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, great. This is much better. I don't have to listen to myself again. Because I'm hearing myself on Twitch and it's very weird. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna swap to the BBBO set and just explain like the thought, what I talked about now, and just explain it in the game, like certain things, and what I was thinking about during this set. So just 1 second. I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna have Twitch chat your Twitch too because I want to read the questions, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were streaming on Twitch. I thought it was like you were just, I don't know, whatever. I
No,
didn't know.
I stream these on Twitch so that like I can make sure people see,
Have the
and
VOD.
then yeah, and then like I'm gonna start like exporting these to YouTube so that they can go on like the Discord admins YouTube channel, because that's what we did with the character overviews. I think next week I'll just do VOD reviews, so that way I can get time to like get somebody else to talk about their character.
Okay. Do you have anyone else after me, or it was just
No,
me?
not yet. My life has been
Okay.
My life has been so hectic for the
I
past 2 months. That's
don't
why I
blame
can like
you.
really. That's why I can like rarely do these. But like I want to make sure I keep doing them.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna switch now. Let me know if you could see the
All right, that's fine. Yep.
good. Okay, 1 sec. Let me switch to that. Okay. I don't know if there's audio, but whatever. It's fine. So this is me versus Dark Singsu. I think this matchup really demonstrates Susan and what you should be doing as Susan. Because if I showed you something like Susan versus, let's say, Rachel, if I show you Susan versus Rachel, it's gonna be way different than other. This is like the standard way you should be playing the character at all times versus most characters. Like this is how you should be playing versus Makoto, how you should be playing versus Ragna, how you should be playing versus a lot of characters. I think Jin is just much more fun. I think this is like one of the this is like my favorite matchup from any other character because it's just how you they're both playing the game how you're supposed to play it. They're both playing their own game how they want to. So that's why I like this matchup a lot. But it's a good representation of what you should be doing too.
CSE is better. Oh, we got an old head. All right.
Can you hear the audio or no?
Yes.
Coming out
Okay.
the
I'm gonna pause it a bit.
Whose alt account is this? That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so before I get started, 1 second. I gotta because I can't. So before we get started, think about round start. What do I want to do round start? What are my options? What are his options? Should I 5B round start? 5B hits Jin. Should I do it? Does he have options to beat 5B round start? What else can I do? Can I jump back? Can I jump forward? Should I IAD forward JC? Should I just chill and see what he's gonna do? Let's say he jumps back. What do I do versus that? Do I gain some more space since he's sacrificing space by jumping back? And I want to play in this mid mid position where 5B hits, where you hit the edge of 5B. This is usually where you want to play. So if he back jumps, maybe walk forward is a good option, unless he has an option to beat you. Uh, is he gonna dash forward and block? Some people do this with dashes. So like Jin likes to do this. Naoto likes to dash block to beat 5B and close in the gap. So there's a lot of things you gotta think about in round start and what you want to do. What do you want to do first? Usually, the standard is like do not just block and chill, or jump back barrier, or even 5B or 5A. Those are like the standard options. And then you change that depending on what the guy wants to do. So let's say he jumps back and he continues to jump back. What am I going to do about that? Well, I can IDJC to get him to block, to start blocking, start rush down immediately. I can also just walk forward and gain space. There's a lot of different options you can do. So I'm just going to start the set now. I don't remember what I do here, but we'll just see.
Thank you, Oni.
That's what
The purple is kind of fire, though.
Yeah, this is a good goal. This is a really good goal.
Rebel 1.
But Adroth, the master of optimization on such a heavyweight character.
Okay, so what I did there was just chill and block backwards. He started with IED, so that's his option. You got to note that in your head for next time. Is he going to do that again? That's a very committal option. So not a lot of. I don't think he's going to do that again. Like, he did it once and it helped him for here, but it's a very committal option, and I don't think he'll do that again next time. If he did back jump, I could bet that he'll do it again because it's a safer option. But here I got hit, blocking low.
Like Susanoo. Let's see if they could shut down Dark's momentum.
I get out of the pressure by jumping back, and then I can start my offense well instead of being in blocks now.
Dark is mad aggro.
I'm ducking under swords because I don't want to block it, because then he gets more plus frames. I jump in with JBJA, and I count when I'm doing my combo. I do JBJA, and then I look at my seals to see if I can get Ground Viper, because if I get Ground Viper, I can get DP, which is an important seal in this matchup.
Defense, no anti-air. Susanoo.
Now I'm doing 2A, 5A, baiting DP by, if you see me not do anything sometimes, it's me baiting DP. Then when he pushes me out with barrier, I start doing 5B more. And then I do orb to end my pressure after 5D because I wanted to unlock orb here.
Viper for his troubles now with Jazz hands into.
Now I'm just chilling mid-screen and watching what he's going to do. Is he going to dash up? Is he going to super jump? Is he going to ID over me? I'm just going to wait and react to whatever he's going to do.
Tough here. Very fundamental mix there, using that no cancel 5D.
Now a knockdown. Oh wow, the scream is funny. Anyways, so the knockdown here, he knocks me down. I'm in the ground. What am I supposed to do? Am I gonna delay wake up? What character are you fighting? Because some characters you don't really want to delay wake up, or you want to change it around. Here, I'm probably gonna delay wake up. I don't think I can attack immediately. Oh, I quick get up because he didn't dash up, so I get to act sooner. That's why I quick get up right there. Duck under the sword, ID in, and then I throw him.
Into the stream now.
Alright.
Checking the seals, I'm gonna get level 2 spin now.
Discord stream. Everyone say thank you, Chris Bardo, my favorite TO.
There I did 2A grab, he backdashed, and then he DP'd right after. I had enough time to block after, so then I just blocked it. And now he's trying to jump out. I'm gonna go back a bit. He's trying to jump out of the corner after the DP.
Everyone say thank you.
And what do? I JA up. It didn't hit in this situation, but this is what you should be doing. He's trying to get out of the corner by jumping out. You want to JA and meet him in the air.
Very nice corner swap there. Dark taking a good position.
I could tell here that he was trying to go for some weird mix with the orb and the IED J2C. That's probably some side swap that I don't know about, but I just delay teched and it completely ignored it. It's perfectly fine to get blue beat as long as you don't get reset over it. I think this is a good way to play.
And can't quite find the reset he was looking
And there I dash blocked for DP just in case he did it. He didn't do it, so I just threw and then he teched me.
for, though.
I mess with the idea though. That's a really uncommon thing.
Trying to get my spacing again. Did I punish him here?
Whip on it.
This is Adroth is gonna kill for sure.
And also, make sure, look at the life total. Ask yourself, in this situation here, let's say the JA.
Common thing.
Think about here, what can I do? Can I kill him off any hit? What hit will win me the game? And I think in this situation, I have a ton of seals, I have OD, I have full meter. Any hit I get, as long as they're grounded, And if it's a JA on the ground, I can win here. So I hit JA here, and I already know I can win, as long as I don't mess up the combo. So right in this situation, I already knew I won, as long as I didn't drop. So you have to make sure you know what percentages his health is at. So when you hit them, you can accurately depict this, like, oh, can I kill him here? Or do I need to do a reset of some sort? Or was the starter bad? Or I don't have enough seals? This is important stuff to think about when you're playing. So here...
This is Adroth is gonna kill this.
That like even though he's like jumping at
second.
you a lot, right? You're crouching.
Yes.
You're crouching on every jump in, even though 2C is his anti-air. Like you're still ready to low profile everything if he's jumping at like mid range.
Yeah, if he's jumping mid-range, it's important to duck, because if he does JC, let's say he's spaced out for JC, I can just duck under JC in that situation. I don't have to commit to 2C. You could just duck JC. If he's not in range for J2C, I don't have to block high. I could just chill and block low, 2D if he's gonna JC me, or just chill there. So I think that's better than doing 2C in that situation.
Not even needed?
No, super.
So yeah, I just win here because I knew the combo was gonna kill beforehand.
Barf on him, bro. Oh my god.
Right, I learned my manners from last week. Never doubt
Yeah.
Adroth.
It's true.
It's always killing.
Keeping space here. That I didn't block high by accident. That's my bad. But yeah, they react to what they're doing and such. But yeah, just try to keep mid-range spacing in this matchup.
Nice reset here. 2CC. Now we'll take the knockdown.
I can tech normally here because he's not going for a reset with ice.
Paying off.
That's a slight walk alongside the frame.
Yeah, that's why I chill. Like, I'm delay teching now just to mess up his Oki. See, he's playing spacing too, and now he's dashing in because I'm just normal blocking.
Playing it fundamentally, but with so many tricks up his sleeve.
I tried to OD through 6-8, even though that's crazy. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, Dark's movement. I
Duck
think
under. I tried to duck under.
so far. This Jin looks like he's in hyper mode.
I noticed he wanted to dash after 2A, so I dashed in. So I just mashed
I think we just found
to beat the match.
This movement, this pressure, I don't know. The 2D low profile though.
Yeah. Look right here. I just said it. Just duck under in 2D. Don't have to.
Low profile though.
Don't have to go for
The Grand
2C
Viper
here.
after it to take it for full damage.
I just chill here. See, he's getting out.
The Grand Viper after.
But I'm scared about. I feel like he has a moment to do something. So I didn't want to mash here because I think I was gonna get hit. 2C, he could just double jump. So I was kind of worried to do anything. So I'm just gonna chill and see what he does. He does get out, but I'm still starting pressure, even if he gets to the corner sometimes. So you can, maybe I should have jumped JA like I said I would, but also just chilling and waiting what he's gonna do is, I think, is important too.
Take it for full damage.
And chafing after Susanoo doesn't have the best movement. I agree with this movement.
Now that I thought he was gonna go on the other side, and then I went to ID over JD, but that was just good.
Oh, excellent.
There we go. Here you go.
He messed up there.
Come on, we drop. Dark, do you burst this? It's Adroth. He might just kill you.
No, you just
See, there's the pressure. 5B, 6B. He's IBBing, so I'm gonna just do 5B, 6B.
Are you him? Are you him? Take the offense. One way to time out.
It's me there.
JB in the scramble.
I'll skip a bit. The next round. See, that time he did ID back.
Had the overdrive.
He just jumped back. Or I jump forward block, which is a safer option. I went for 5C to try to catch this. I don't think it really hit. He just ID'd back. If he just jumped like that, I think 5C would have hit. If I hit air 5C, it on counter hit, that is like, he's basically dead. This is like 4.8k.
5B, 6B, and then do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's like 4.8k if I get counter hit 5C. So it's a big gutsy option. I think it's better than 6B because it hits higher. But yeah.
Very threatening.
See, that time I blocked the cross up because I was noticed about it. Can't do anything after sword, so I mashed there. Try to regain my spacing.
Fourth here between these two. Adroth doing well.
5B6B, backdash for the DP just in case. I don't know what I did there. I shouldn't have mashed there. Maybe it was DP mash and I failed it. I don't know.
Take the reset. We're taking the knockdown all day, every day.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, Dark definitely seems
Trying to get blue beat. I don't really care. Mess up their Oki.
Will get you is when you're like, oh, this guy doesn't do the restand.
I didn't get JB there. That's a mistake. But I could have converted that JA hit. He grabbed me, so I DP'd. See, pressure 5A, walk forward 5A because he's not doing much.
Oh, big connection there with the 5C.
I saw the little barrier flash. You were looking for a burst, weren't you?
Trying to reset, do some weird cross-up stuff. Then he got me here. That was just clean.
Okay, I see you.
The latest cancel.
When you got that hit and put him in the corner, he was like in kill potential because you had OD, you had 50 meter. One more hit, he's dead.
Yeah.
So like
you gotta be, yeah.
Even in situations with Susanoo, like you don't have to like look too much at, like, you do have to pay attention to life totals a lot. But once you see that you've gotten like a good position and a good starter, you can generally go, okay, how do I kill him here? Like you said, like, I'm not sure if 6C was the hit. I'm not sure if 2A was the hit as much as you are, but like just knowing I can kill him here as Susanoo, regardless of screen position, is just like
incredibly important.
Yeah, incredibly.
It's very important. Because if you know you can kill off, like, let's say you're confident you can kill off 5B, it gives you like, it tells you you get more confident about like, do I want to spend my resources here? Because if you spend your resources and it's not even close to killing, then you just wasted your resources. Because you could have just did a normal ender and then just go for the kill next hit with meter and such. So it's important to know if you're actually going to win off this route or not. Also, Mercy Cake said, I think showing how to play in a harder matchup is okay unless this is meant to be purely introductory. Well, I'm trying to talk about how to pilot the character, and I think this matchup is good at showing how to pilot the character, because if I know I played you like a few minutes ago, like an hour ago or something, and if I show that, then it's mostly me trying to punish how you're playing, but I'm kind of playing your game, so you don't really get to see how Susan neutral really works, because that's a bit too focused on Rachel favor in most cases. That's why I don't want to show it, but it's not that it's bad or anything. Do you understand? Okay, yeah. That's just what I meant. Like, I could show Susan's neutral better versus Jin than I can versus Rachel. Not that it's not important or anything, but it's just, it's easier to show every specific thing. Like, for you, when I fought you, I could barely, like, do any... like, my pressure was just bait counter assault. That was it. I wasn't going for DP. I didn't go for throws and stuff. It was just like 2 hits, bait counter assault, bait OD or whatever, or try to go for like win backdash or such. But it's kind of hard. Yeah, I think this just shows the character better though. Anyways, I'll continue now.
Latest cancel there. You don't know.
Unknown OD Jin player here to bless week 7 of BBB.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
We got Blaze Blue ult.
I just JA'd round start and then he just walked into it. Keep spacing. I get the 5B, so I do my route. That was a fuzzy that I messed up. That's why you saw 6A. So you're supposed to do JB and then you dash, but the dash doesn't actually come out. You just dash to cancel the trip guard and then you jump after it.
I don't know how much he knows, but it seems
jump
like
JA. I didn't get jump JA, I got 6A. I duck under the... So here I duck under the sword trying to punish him with 3C, but he's a bit too far for that.
starter here off the 5C.
Here he's going for a setup, so I'm mashing DP.
With the DP mash from Adroth, having none of that. Both players, even on OD, even on meter. Oh my god, what a block! Another one!
He doesn't die here because I don't have
Doesn't
spin.
have the Sonic Spin, can't take the additional extension.
Delay Gatling. But that's also important that I didn't mention, was delay RC. So if you do 6D, you can really wait a long time for them because people will mash after 6D, so you can just RC it and hit them right after.
Delay RC.
That's
you have
the
a
delay
lot of
RC is
time
so
to
good.
do it too because of how much hit stop 6D has.
Yeah, you could just wait a little bit longer than what you like. Don't do it don't RC immediately. Just wait a tad, and then you can punish. Then you get, because if you do it too fast, then they'll continue blocking. Like there's not enough. It's what is it? What's the word for it? It is a true block string. That's what I was saying. It's not a frame trap. If you do it immediately, it's a true block string. So you want to delay a tad.
D gonna find Dart trying to build some space with dash, but alas.
Action!
So here I did 5A. I 5A'd just in case he did any like dash up or any extended her box button. And then when I saw he's jumping, I do 2C. This is a standard thing. This loses to double jump and delayed and air stalls. So just keep that in mind. But I think this is a standard thing I do. He's IBing. So I saw him IBing there. So I knew I would be closer because IB makes you closer instead of IBB that puts you farther away. So I can actually do a throw there. And it's much easier to do. I don't even have to Kara. I'm looking at what seals I want. I want sword because it's a lot of damage and they're in the corner. They try to jump out, so I JA them back into the corner. I react to them jumping and I do it again.
Cream donut, the amount of blazing.
He doesn't die here. Next hit, he's dead. He ODs to beat my mix-up here. Then I chill and wait.
Good block on the hedgehog!
Now I'm doing spin here because it's safe on block. If I hit 2 hits here. So I do 2 hits here. That's why, because it's +1. If I hit only 2 hits and then I just hit him, then I Astral.
With that, we're watching the animation, folks.
No, we're not watching the animation. I'm skipping it.
To shut down the protagonist showdown. This is a top 8 qualifier, by the way, folks.
In the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Dark could just
now round start. What am I gonna do?
get himself in that top 8 and get a free trip.
Just backdash and chill. Okay, we both just chill.
In addition to this unknown OD Jin player.
Yeah, and the other thing is that
Block, chill, blocking. I don't have any options because I don't have DP here. So I'm just gonna chill.
Adroth already has a nice amount of points.
I tried to jump there.
Start putting in the work.
TRM, good TRM. I was looking for throw there.
A lot of damage. It all adds up on Susanoo.
LA tech. I mashed him out because I thought he was gonna dash me, and I was correct.
Excellent confirm there.
I tried to car throw there, but he pushed me out a bit too much.
Grand Viper and
That's just good spacing here.
always seems to be able to get Grand Viper.
JB spacing right there. Yeah.
Like the routing is fantastic.
Yeah, get spin. Tried to Kara there, I failed the Kara.
Please jump out, but Adroth keeping the pressure so air.
Now I know I can. So in this situation, I know I can kill. Any hit I get, I know I can kill. Because I have OD, I have full meter. The issue here is that I CT because I want to open them up. And I didn't 100% with OD, I knew I can kill. That's the point.
Please jump out.
Double orb to bait mash. Also, 1 second here, I do 6B and then I do a delayed string into CT to mess up IB timings. This is why the CT works, I think. So 6B delay second hit and then into CT. Now I know he's dead here if I use OD. But he is dead.
He's gonna kill all this! Oh my god! He's gonna kill!
We don't even have to watch anymore. And with that, 1 round away here from Adroth for qualifying for top 8.
Oh my.
People's champ.
5.4k off a crush trigger. Nobody is doing optimizations like Adroth.
Okay.
Action.
JA, and I can convert here. I kind of messed it up here. This is so sad. I need to show it again. One sec. No. You know what's beautiful? This is beautiful. What this guy does is beautiful. Look at this. What is this? What is this? Who does this? Nobody does this. Anyways.
Whoever ultimate this is, whatever 30-year-old Blade rumor this is, got it.
That was sick.
I understand chat.
And there, I beat the JC here. No, he didn't even JC. I just hit him.
Arca Singsu.
I wanted to cross up JB there, but it didn't really work out.
Fortune and Antier gonna set back the chant.
There, DP'd.
Thinking about that, we have not seen him
Try to push him out so he doesn't throw me.
holding down back.
Now I get out.
Almost scarier for Adroth to be
Oh my god, the whiff punish, crazy whiff punish.
guy.
Well, that's the old head power up. You've been doing spacing traps like that while you were in diapers.
Oh my god.
I jump out to bait the throw. A bit out. DPRs.
Big jump in from Adroth. Remember, Adroth from 18.
You gotta burn.
Fancy stuff, whatever. You don't have to do that.
You're gonna die. Never mind.
We're knocked down. Texas.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just some meta stuff. I hit him. I try to OD to bait the burst bait, but maybe I should have RC'd to beat the burst.
I don't think
Yeah.
he can burst bait with OD off of 5B. I don't think the attack level's high enough.
What do you mean, me?
Yeah, I don't think Susanoo can like 5B OD and like beta burst.
No. No, I OD'd here because I wanted to do it before he bursted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but he bursted at the exact same time that I OD, which happens a lot. And then I'm like, damn, I should have RC'd to bait the burst. But whatever. But you never know, right? You just gotta pick which option. So here, if I RC'd, then I would have won. RC block, then I would have won. But I went for OD because I didn't think he would burst immediately, and then he bursted at the exact same time. So that just sucks. So he burst me out here.
Get me out! No! Neutral. Oh my!
Then I hit him with delay normal. I drop super. Forget about it. Don't look. I drop my mix-up. But yeah, whatever.
Qualifying Adroth for top 8.
Did you talk about air spin in his neutral when you went over it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I did talk about spin. You can air stall with spin. You can also debate some specials and such and mess up with people. But yeah. I am done now. I gotta go I gotta go like right now. So if anyone has any questions,
Yeah, ask quickly.
I'll answer them. Ask quickly because I gotta go. I'll give like a minute or two. I'll answer like one or two questions to whoever.
You got one person typing.
Yeah. I don't know on Twitch though. It doesn't show typing people. Is it possible to cancel DP? You watched my combo video. Okay, 1 second. I saw it in a combo vid. I'm like, yeah, that's mine. So yes, you can do. Oh, 1 second. It's. Yeah, are you seeing the game right now?
No, we're not. You have to like close the stream and then restart it.
Change stream
Discord is still very bad at switching the window.
Okay, 1 second. Share your screen. Can you see now?
Yes.
So the combo is just this. Yeah, that's the thing. You can do it, but you have to use meter. Yeah, that's the route. Yeah, you gotta use the meter.
It's a lot of meter,
You could
and
do.
it's like on a character who would probably just like kill you instead on the next hit.
Yeah, you don't like the combo is not gonna do as much as doing meter. You could do it meterlessly with what is it? It's it's like this or something. It's like something like that. 1 second. Uh, yeah, so you can do it mirrorlessly if you get like a fatal starter or something. But yeah, let me check Twitch.
That's like perfect
Okay.
conditions with
Yeah, it's a perfect condition if I get that. That's crazy. You can also do it after back throw. I think that's the only good use is after back throw. So if I do throw and I'm holding down, wait 1 second. I could do it with OD too here. So I OD here. Yeah, so here works too. So I think that's like the best time to do it since you could still combo after it. And you can do specific stuff with that. But yeah, that's about it. If everyone's good, then I'll be heading out.
Alright. Well, thank you for doing this. I'm sorry I had to be so late. I
Yeah,
that
no worries.
uh I'm gonna put the VOD review for next week in the announcement channel later on tonight for me.
Okay.
So people can put their VODs in a week early this time instead of like 2 days before. And
Yeah.
I'll probably like grab Jiv so we can go over that.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Alright. And I will close the Twitch stream over here. Thank you to whoever watched over here and stuck around for that.
Yeah, thanks.